Hi, this is David from Fumastra Management Consulting, and today I propose you to review and improve the invoice that we created last time, adding some text that will display the total amount in words, in cardinal text. Okay, so we need to add a little text below our table, and for that we are going to slightly modify our field total, as we left it last time without performing calculation and exit, and we didn't give it a proper name, so we are going to do that. And then we will add a text below to transform our amount using a switch, like we have this CardText switch. Okay, so we can see on the website of Microsoft support.office.com there are different switches that perform the formatting of a field, and the one that interests us is the CardText. So let's perform the transformation that we need. First of all, we need to remove the protection. We can go into the Review tab, Protect, and remove the protection. Now we need to edit this field, and we are going to give it the name Total. And we are going to make sure that the checkbox is checked with Calculate and Exit to trigger the formatting or the transformation of our total amount into text. Let's click OK and add our text here. We have added our text with our field. Now we are going to see how it works, and I will explain after the different steps that we need to take to transform this amount. So let's see that it works. We add the quantity 30 and we are going to add 300. So the first calculation shows that we have a total of 9,000, and with the VAT it gives a total of 10,620. Now our text displayed 10,620 Ugandan shillings, which is correct. Let's increase the total amount with 300 quantities at 250,000 shillings. And we have a total amount of 88,510,620. Does our text display the total amount correctly? The total amount due represents 88,510,620 Yuan shillings. It does display the amount correctly. That's great. Let's have a look at what we have behind, revealing the field codes using Alt F9. Before, we need to remove the protection, and then we'll hit Alt F9. Now we know what's behind. All the field codes are being revealed. And that's the text that's used, or the steps that we are taking to process the total amount that we have here into the final result, which takes into consideration the total field, as we have named it before. It refers to that field and evaluates it against 1 billion first. If the total amount is greater than equal to 1 billion, it processes a certain calculation. If the result is false, it does not display anything. Then we are going to go into the second if statement, which says if the total amount is greater than or equal to 1 million, we do a certain steps that we take using functions like integer and mod to keep only the part of the million segment between the billions and the thousand in the number. And then we reach the third if statement that this time says if we have nothing, we could have 2 millions, but if in the thousand and below the thousands we have nothing, it is equal to 0, then we don't need to display anything. Like if it is 2 million, well, it will display 2 million, and we don't need to mention anything about the thousand and the hundreds that are behind because they are not existing. Otherwise, if there is something, if there is 2,556,000 something, then we need to process the part that's not the 2 million, right? So we are going to perform some steps using the mod function, and then look at transform it with the CardText switch. So we have here 3 if statements that analyze each segment of the number. First of all, if it is above billions, then if it is above millions, keeping only the part between the billions and the thousand, concentrating on the million segment, and otherwise the last one is for the thousand and the hundreds. The trick is that with the switch, the CardText, even though it's not mentioned on the website, the limit of this switch is 999,999. Everything what's equal or greater than 1 million wouldn't be processed and formatted with the CardText. So that's why we need to segment the number into billions, millions, and thousands and below thousands so that we can process it correctly. That's the role of the first if statement, to analyze first the billions and then, okay, the million. Let's toggle the code for all the ref total, which will be equal to what we have in the total field. So we are going to right click and toggle codes for those fields and see what's behind. So now all our fields referring to the total amount of 88,510,620 are displaying this amount, and it is evaluated against 1 billion for the first if statement. If it is greater than or equal to 1 billion, it's going to process the next step. Otherwise, it displays nothing. And that's the case here. There is nothing. It's not greater or equal to 1 billion, so it considers the third argument, which is nothing. Okay, so let's toggle this field code and see that it doesn't display anything. That's the case. Then the second if statement compares the amount total and check whether it's greater or equal to 1 million, which is the case. So we are going to see this part now. We have 88,510,620 divided by 1 million, and we are going to keep the mod of that. Mod is a function that returns only what's on the right side of the result of a first argument divided by a second argument. Here we have the first argument, which is the integer of division of 88 million divided by 1 million, which is going to be 88. And then the mod function will return what's on the right side of the division of 88 by 1000. 88 divided by 1000 is going to be 0.088. And the mod function retaining only what's on the right side of the decimal, we are going to be left with 88. We do all those steps because if we have 1,088 million, then retaining only what's on the right side of the decimal when we divide it by 1000. So imagine our number is 1,088 million. We first divide it by 1 million. We are going to keep 1088, and we are going to further divide it by 1000. 1088 divided by 1000 will have 1.088, and if we retain only the mod of that, then we keep only what's on the right side of the decimal, which is 88. The 1 is forgotten. So let's proceed with that. Toggle field, we have 88 divided by 1000. We retain the mod, which is going to be 88 million. Here it is. So that's the second if statement that's considering the segment of the millions. Then we have the third if statement that's going to analyze the thousands and hundreds as well. So we have a first mod function that's going to evaluate the result against 0. If we have no thousands and hundreds, then we don't need to display anything. So that's what the if statement says. If it is equal to 0, then there is no need to display anything. Otherwise, which is the case in this example, it's not equal to 0. We need to process that step. So now we need to remove that part of the millions and concentrate on the rest, the 510,620. So we divide it by 1 million, get rid of what's on the left side of the decimal with the mod function, retaining only what's on the right side, and then we apply the transformation step using the switch CardText. Let's right click on this, toggle field code, and we have 510,620. Toggle field code again, and here's our text in full. Total due represents 88,510,620. Let's have a look when we have billions, increasing the number. we are going to add some quantities. So let's say 500, and we have 600,500, let's say. Now, what do we reach? We are still below. Okay, let's increase a bit more. All right, 300, up 2,590,000. We have now 1,359,665,620. Does our text display correctly that amount with 1,369? Let's scroll down and have a look. Total due represent 1,359,665,620. Bingo! It does display the amount correctly without mistakes. That's great. We have done the performation correctly. Now it's automated. We can enter the quantities, the unit cost, all the total amount are going to be calculated automatically, the VAT, the sum, the product, and even it's going to display our total amount in Word without any mistake automatically. Nice. Thanks for watching, guys.